Hello again, folks, and welcome to another of our Kings Highway Historic Site markers. My name is Nathan McDonald, and we'll be talking a little bit today about the Native American peoples along the Occoquan River. So Kings Highway is a system of markers and sites related to transportation and people along eastern Prince William County's US 1 today, but has gone by Kings Highway, Potomac Path, and a number of other names. There are a grand total of 11 sites. You can check out the description below for a link to our website, which has a map that shows all of them. Some of them are in our parks, and others are, like this marker, in our communities and along other paths and walkways. So specifically at this site, we're talking a little bit about the Dogue or the Tayuxet people. This is a difficult issue to talk about because there really is no good firm answer onto what these people's even name was. John Smith, when he encountered them, referred to them as the Dogue. Over the years, that's built up kind of the image of being a derogatory name that was given to them. We don't really know that for sure. The myth that the phrase "to lie like a dog" is a corruption of "to lie like a dogue" is not accurate. That phrase goes back much longer in English than the encounter between the English people and the Dogue here in this area. But what we do have are the anglicized remnants of their language, naming things like Occoquan, Marumsco, Neabsco, Quantico, Chapawamsek are all words taken from the spoken Dogue language, anglicized and reused into English as place names here in Prince William County. Now, they did have settlements, towns all along Prince William County's shore, down into Stafford and further south, and a little bit further north into Fairfax. In fact, behind me and across the water was the island, or what was called their principal village, where their king's house, as John Smith put it, was, called Tayuxet. Now that's where that name comes from, but we don't know whether that was just a place name for the town where their principal chief, their leader, lived, or whether that applied to the whole people. That's just a historical mystery we have today. It was later called Dogue's Island, or spelled with U, spelled with an E, any number of ways. The language they spoke, which was a variant of Algonquin, a dialect of Algonquin, was not written with Latin letters, so we don't really know how they would have spelled it given the chance. But those people continue to live here. Their island eventually, if it was not already in John Smith's time in the early 1600s, connected to land. It did grow out and sort of silt in to connect to land, and is today part of Mason's Neck across the water from us. But for them, the waterway would have been a major source of food. They would fish, they would trap shellfish, dig shellfish from the bay and from the river, and it was also their main way of transportation, getting back and forth along the Potomac River and along Belmont Bay and out into the Chesapeake even, traveling between different villages and different people that they traded with and were connected with by family lineages and connections. They are also going to be the ones who create what will eventually become the King's Highway. Oftentimes it's called the Potomac Path or the Indian Path by the early settlers. It was an inland road that was running between the different villages here. Certainly it was easy to go by small boat, by canoe, from place to place, but sometimes it just wasn't worth it. They had other things to do along the way, whether that was tend crops or harvest the fruits of the forest, nuts and other things that they were foraging for the wintertime, or out hunting the mammals that they used from land to feed themselves and get skins and hides to build and construct and sew and do other projects with. So there was a path that they had connecting these villages that eventually the settlers would use, and eventually the British government would incorporate as part of the King's Highway proper later on. The King's Highway itself was a project that was intended to connect all of the major colony capitals and all of the sub-government, the county or township or whatever capitals, as many as they could fit along the way along this path to carry messages for the royal government and not risk losing them aboard ship off the Atlantic seaboard. So thank you again for stopping by, checking out this video. There are many more that you can check out as well here, and don't forget to like and subscribe.